everyone. Welcome back. Today I am coming to you with another inspiring stories from different parts of the Give Light world. And I am joined by Brother Asif Muhammad, who's based in Australia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah, Brother Asif. How are you today?
Walaikum salam. I'm well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I was born in Bangladesh, and I'm a medical doctor by profession. So after finishing my medical degree, I traveled overseas and I worked in few different countries in various medical roles. So this work in various countries given me the opportunity to basically live and work in communities and cultures that are very different to my own. So that pretty much sums up about me.
That's beautiful. You do everything, mashallah. How did you find out about Give Light all the way from Australia? Tell us about that.
Okay, so this is a bit of a personal story. I received some money as an inheritance from my grandparents. And I always had the intention, even before that, but to do something for orphans, because I felt that was a very worthy cause to help orphans, build orphanages or something along those lines, or support orphans in any way possible. So I started doing some research on the internet. So I found many organizations, and out of them, Give Light appealed to me. In terms of their governance and the nature of work that they were doing. And yes, that's how basically doing some background research on the internet that led me to Give Light Foundation.
That's a beautiful story. I don't believe in coincidences. And I think because you had that intention and this is what we do, so God connected us. That's beautiful.
Yes, that's it.
And so, tell us a little bit more about what makes the work meaningful to you personally. I think you touched on the intention, but why specifically you talk about governance, you talk about the way we work. I'm curious a little bit more to learn about, why specifically you Give Light. There's so many others who are doing good work out there. If you can elaborate on that, I think that will be very helpful.
I read a bit of background on the people that work for the organization. So it's very important when you are doing humanitarian work that the people who actually do it, they do it from their heart, not because they're doing it because they have been employed, with a salary to do that job. They must have that core value and the right ethos that the nature of the work they are doing, it's humanitarian work, it's God's work we are doing as humans. So it is very important in that way. And I found the people that were working or involved in Give Light Foundation were genuinely interested in the cause that they were doing. And that was my perception. And I felt that raising children in an environment, not only giving them the worldly education as well as the religious background in terms of understanding the moral and ethical role of God in our life and how that translates into our everyday living. I think that was important to me, and I felt that Give Light is raising the children in a homely and a very nurturing environment. From the videos and the photos that I have seen of the various facilities that they run in different parts of the world, and that made me feel that the work is meaningful.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I think you did a very thorough research. You know how we operate, and I just wanted to also echo what you said about building something beautiful. For example, the home that you see behind me, this is not my house. This is our facility in Morocco. I don't have a home like this. So when I began Give Light, I wanted to change how people think about an orphanage. Usually you think of a dark place. People give a secondhand clothes. This is something that I completely wanted to change. I would rather kids have fewer clothes, but they're all brand new because it affects their self-esteem and their dignity. So I was actually in Bangladesh 2 years ago during the monsoon season and spent beautiful time with the kids. And I do hope that one day you will be able to visit our facility in Savar. Is that something that you would be willing to do, maybe with your family, to go visit our home? That would be beautiful. Many of our girls, when I went there, I asked who wants to be a teacher, doctors, lawyers. I think there's about 12 girls who said they want to be doctors. But things change, maybe they will change their mind, but at least, there are a few who actually wanted to be a doctor. So it would be nice to meet a doctor and then you can give them some guidance. Yeah?
That's good.
Wonderful. My other question would be, sometimes people have good intentions, they want to help, but they're not quite sure how. What would be your advice to people who are maybe thinking, and giving is not just money, right? You could give your time, you could give your talents, but I'm curious to see your thoughts and hear your thoughts about how do you get people to start doing as opposed to just wishing or intending.
There are many ways people can support. It's obviously, if you have finances, if you have money, you can do financial support. If you're living in a faraway land, you may help with fundraising. You may be an accountant who may be able to help with doing their books. You may be able to, physically help if you are somewhere living near the facility by volunteering. So there are many different avenues to help. Even if you are in a place far away, you are say for example, you are an astronaut, and if you write an encouraging letter to the orphans or have a video chat with them, that will encourage them a lot. That is also a great way to help. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a lot of money or you have to have the physical resources to be able to help. There are many different ways one could pitch in. So that would be my advice, that get in touch and see in which way you are able to contribute, and the rewards are really enormous.
That's beautiful. I think you have given us a lot of options to choose from, and it's interesting you mentioned that. We're actually just launching a project called Project Inspire. That is exactly that, to pick a mentor and match it with a group of children. So we are just starting in 3 homes. We are piloting in 3 homes, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. So we have now, for the first round, we have about 25 mentors. And we focus on English and math and Quran. And then maybe next quarter, we will expand to science, to art, coding. So there's so many opportunities to help. So thank you so much for reinforcing that. I will now ask you my last question. Share with us your favorite quote.
Right. This is a bit of a tricky one because I thought about it whether or not I actually have a favorite quote. But what comes to mind, I was thinking that what do I always tell people, and out of them obviously my family, my own daughter. A lot of times I have to tell her that a wise person is the one who learns from others' mistakes. Because sometimes you will want to do something and I would say, don't do it because, we've been there and done that. So learn from others' mistakes. I think this is a very important lesson in life for all of us. We will all make mistakes in life, and sometimes the price for that mistake can be heavy. Certainly we can learn from life experiences of others as well as the mistakes that they have made, so we can avoid those pitfalls ourselves. I think this is a very important lesson in life, and I think this is, I don't know whether it's my favorite quote or not, but probably would be one of the most important ones that I quote often.
That's very useful. And I think just to add to that, learn from mistakes, also success of others, right? If you want to do something, somebody else somewhere in the world has probably done that. So instead of starting from scratch, you just study other people's life. Yeah. And implement what works and then avoid what didn't. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. I hope for everyone who's watching that you are inspired. Until next time, keep spreading love
and light. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.